Sometimes the transition to fall and winter feels like experiencing every season on the same day. The shoes in the Allbirds Mizzle collection were made for misty morning walks, surprise snow days, and anything a trip to the dog park might bring. The whole collection brings together water-repellent technology and classic style, so you can stay warm, dry, and comfy during your everyday adventures. Check off your errands with the Wool Runner Mizzle, dash through cold and wet weather with the Wool Dasher Mizzle, or upgrade to next-level protection with the Wool Runner Up Mizzle Plus. Go to allbirds.com and use code FRESHSOCKS for a free pair of socks with your purchase. ALLBIRDS.com, code FRESHSOCKS.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work podcast, where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I had just finished doing a quick summary, of the Unf Yourself book. And I've really been trying to implement these ideas, ideals, talks, or whatever it is into my everyday life. And so one of the things I did end up doing at this particular time, for those of you who know, I am a relatively religious individual, right? And so for this season, for those of you that are in, who call yourself a Christian, I have taken up the idea of not doing social media for Lent. So for those of you who don't know Lent, or that idea is just taking the time to reflect, meditate, pray, those type of things, and give up some things for the season. And it's for 40 days, and without getting too deep into it, but that's the gist of it, right? So what I have done, I have given up, one of the things I had given up was social media. And, some people might say, hey, people that I've spoken to, they said, Maurice, why are you giving up social media? And how can you when you're trying to promote your podcast and things like that? Well, first and foremost, if you understand things that are going on and how to get things done, you personally do not have to get on social media. I have been utilizing software like Hootsuite to post on social media my static images. Now, I do have to get on and do my videos, things like that. For me personally, I have not utilized anything else to do that. When it comes to the anything else that has to do with just selling or speaking about what I have going on, I create I create that content. I put it on Hootsuite to schedule it out, so forth and so on. So that's what I utilize for that. But the main reason why I'm getting off of social media, because I realized that my productivity was being hindered by being on social media so often. My productivity had dropped drastically. I mean, drastically, being on social media. And I didn't realize that until I had been off of social media for a while. I've been off for a couple days now. And I realized, one, how much time I waste on there. I was using it for days when I've been looking at the monitor for a very long time. I'm like, all right, you know what? I need a break. I get on social media real quick. I need a break. I'm going to the restroom. I'll come out, sit down, chill out. I'll get on social media. I'm on social media while I am, uh, uh, eating dinner or whatever the situation is. I didn't realize how often I was on social media. Now, here's the reality. In order for people to know that you have a product, right? You have to have people talking about it, people to know about it. And for some of us, social media is the only way we can get that done. You can have the greatest idea, but if no one knows about it, what's the use of it, right? So when you realize what is taking up so much of your time and hindering you from your greatness, are you willing to give it up for whatever the situation or the cause or the effect, whatever it is? Are you willing to give it up for a little while in order for you to get to your desired outcome? What I have realized, I have shaved off quite possibly 2.5 to 3 hours of social media time. And keep this in mind. I'm on social media, but I'm not doing anything. I'm getting a little bit of information here and there about family members and friends and this and the other. You would think that if I was on social media that often, I would be posting directly to that. Now, that doesn't mean that I haven't. I haven't taken a moment, the time, the energy to do my quick TikTok here or there, a quick post here and there, or whatever it is, But you would think that me taking out 3 hours of a day, I would do something more productive. And the reality is I have found that I can get way more done by not being on social media. So now I realize that there's a lot of time being wasted by being on there. What are you wasting? What are you doing? How are you managing your time, your energy, your thoughts, even the content that you are ingesting? Because I'm going to be honest, even with that, with me shaving off those 3 hours overall of social media time, in that I have become more creative, I have become more productive, I have started and finished more books now. Now, understand that I have been trying to press and read more books since the beginning of the year, the turn of the year. And I have already finished about 3 different books. Now, the reality is some of those books I had already started. I just never finished. So for me to go from cover to cover, 100%, no, I haven't done that yet. But I have at least finished the books that I had started a little while ago. So when I had sat down to look at this book by the author, Gary Bishop, I realized that there were some things that I'm going to have to change. There are some things that I'm going to have to, or practices I'm going to have to let go of. Are you ready to let that go? That's hindering you. That's hindering you from your greatness, from your opportunity to shine. So let's put this in perspective. For those of you who knows, I have a journal called Well, Why Not, right? And I am looking into other books to write. When I had done Well, Why Not, the first version of it had questions in it on how to get over, your pain points and understand what's your goal and your why and this, that, and the other. And it was suggested that I rewrite the book, put it into another form, do something else with it, whatever. So I have. I am very, very close in finishing whatever this next section or rendition will be of this book. And with that being said, the availability that I have just from taking away that 3 hours of social media, things have changed. Like I said, my productivity has changed. I think a little more clearly. Now, also what I have done, I have decided that I'm not going to drink soda right now also. So, of course, my body is going through a sort of a sugar withdrawal right now. But what are you doing to get yourself over the hump? What are you doing to create an environment for yourself that's going to allow you to be more productive? That where you can reach your goals and your dreams and your desires and, have the extra money in your bank account to be able to buy them new shoes, that new shirt that you want, those toys for the kids, those, pay for the after school program, whatever it is. Whatever it is, what have you done to get to that point that you would like to go through? Because, and I said go through that point because there's going to be something else on the other side of that one point, right? Because one point leads to another point that leads to another point. There's no end, correct? So when you go through that one point and now you're on to the next, even with that, what is it that you need to do to get to that next? I encourage you to find your why, and I encourage you to find out what those pain points are that's going to get you over. We'll start to talk about some of those other little pieces, a little later on in other episodes. But I really would like for you to find a way to un-F yourself, right? Get over the hump and get to where you think is your destiny. Thank you very much for listening today.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Chisholm Group LLC and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work, or will it?
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.